office, him and Bobby Peterson would get high every day at 10 to 6. And their saying was, it's always 10 to 6, you're always in the land of Zom. And so we set all our cars, when we had jalopies, we always set the clocks to 10 to 6. It wasn't until years later, when we had Front Street in San Rafael, that the kids from San Rafael High started the 420 Club. And that thing took on, and we got credit for it, so what the hell? Because we thought the whole world was as stoned as we were. So I want to tell you, when marijuana, when we were taking it around the country, it was highly illegal. And Jerry, he loved to smoke pot. He really loved pot. He liked seeded pot. He wasn't too happy when Sensimilla came along. And in those days, we had a very colorful bunch of people that brought all kinds of great weed. There was Teddy Bear, there was Ken Connell, known as Goldfinger, and there was Howie Wowie. Now, Howie Wowie was way before Maui Wowie. And he would be really mad at me right now that I'm even talking about him in public. His real name was Howard Wales. And he, in those days, brought the best Mexican weed that you could ever imagine. The Michoacan, the Acapulco, every city in Mexico, roamed by wonderful Indians that lived up in the hills. And in the Grateful Dead, once you started working for them, all of a sudden you realized what we rolled in the rest of the world was considered a pinner, and you were going to start rolling bombers. And Owsley insisted that when we rolled a joint,
Steve Parish,
it looked exactly like a cigarette. So you would get a Rizla rolling machine and Chanticleer papers. Chanticleer papers were the thinnest, most beautiful papers you could get in the 60s and 70s. And they were made in Canada. And we would covet when we get boxes of them, we get cases of them, and really hold on to them because we would use these rolling machines because we had to go smoke them all over the world in America where people didn't want you smoking weed. I don't know why they didn't. And so Phil, he really loved to smoke pot, but he just didn't like ever buying pot. So he always hung around the crew guys and smoked with us. Now Jerry would always buy some weed. He'd buy a pound of weed and then give everybody some.
I think so.
And we used to do a thing. You knew you made it on the Grateful Dead crew when you got a mailbox at the office that your check was in, and once a month we would all put all our money together and buy a pound of weed from Howard. And then Ramrod would get all these little funny colored bags, green and yellow sandwich bags and blue ones, and he put everybody's stash in there. He was very good at dividing up the stuff. And I got to tell you a story that happened to me and him when we were over in Europe the first time. Because no way we're going to Europe without our marijuana. So we cleaned up about 2 pounds of pot of Howard Wales' weed. And then the whole crew, we cleaned it up and we took one amp apart and we stuffed all the weed in there, right? And when we got to England, these two customs guys made us unload the whole truck. And me and Sparky were there, and for some reason, they looked at this one case, the one case that we had the pot in. And they said, open that up. We opened it up. But that's all, and they put it away. And that was it. They never said a word about it. Of all the cases to pick out of our 75 tons. So a few days later, we broke it open and we all distributed the weed. And in Europe, it was all hash and spliffs and tobacco. We didn't like that. So, do any of you know of the Louvre Museum where they got the Mona Lisa? So Ramrod and I are in there. And we're down there, and at this time, this is 1972, and the Louvre was set up so there weren't a lot of guards around, and there was the Mona Lisa sitting there at the end of the aisle, and we're looking at it, and we say, God, it's a lot smaller than we thought, you know? And then we look out, and right next to the Mona Lisa, right about here where Roger's standing, there was what you call French doors, French window doors, big ones. And there was a little balcony. So we said, let's smoke a joint. So we opened the windows, right? Swing them open, and we're leaning out there, passing this joint back and forth, right? All of a sudden, every guard in the place comes running over to us. They go, my God, the Moonalice, no, fresh air, you can't have fresh air. They were screaming and yelling at us. And they didn't even care about the joint, right? So the guy goes, you stupid Americans. He closes it. He says, don't call us stupid, I said to him. In America, that would be locked, man. And so the next day, and so in Europe, you know, we were stupid American kids. We all bought switchblades, right? So the next day we were playing at the Olympic Theater in Paris. And I was sitting there early in the afternoon. We had set up. We were taking our little break like we did in America. And I'm sitting right on the stage here. And I light up this big fat joint. And I'm smoking it. And I'm throwing this knife in the stage, right? And I throw it down there. And then I see the shiny shoes standing there. And I start going up, and there's a stripe on the pants. And a machine gun. The French police come to rock shows with machine guns. They're very smart. And so he said to me, Monsieur, your cigarette? No, you cannot smoke here. Didn't care about the switchblade. Didn't care about the cigarette. Being marijuana. Why? I tell you, we found out that Europe is way ahead of us on weed and hash. But anyway, is everybody ready to listen to some music now? Otherwise, I got a lot more marijuana stories.
What time is it, people?
Well, all right, Moonalice.